Everyone, Joy here. I'm taking a break from working on my two businesses today. Of course, I haven't. Well, yeah, I've been working on it all morning. Really, I've been writing down um, ideas for my videos, and been contemplating not just uh, my business on YouTube, but I've been contemplating about doing things for a business on Facebook, and I'm just not sure how to do that exactly yet, but it's a learning process, that's for sure. So, but it's a coffee talk, and I'm just talking about how I feel while we're having coffee. So this is not official. You don't have to take me at my advice or nothing like that. It's just everybody gather around and get your coffee or your tea or your Pepsi, which Pepsi's not good for y'all, which it took me a long time to understand. Of course, I quit Pepsi a long, long time ago, but Coke and all those sodas and stuff. So, but coffee talk, we're just sitting down here, and I've got some fireplace and ambiance thing on my YouTube. A little bit of jazz piano playing, and a nice warm living room that I'm looking at, which is something I'm looking forward to one day. And um, um, but that's in another time. So, but my and I've been sitting here thinking about this, and it kind of sticks in my craw a little bit about. On which, don't get me wrong. I know there's a lot of people out there that are really having hard times. There really is. And in my age group, in disability groups, and um, mothers with kids that are getting taken off their food stamps and their Section 8 and stuff like that. And I can't fault any of them for not thinking ahead and knowing how to move forward and make their lives better without having to be on the system's benefit system, um, because we weren't taught that. In my time, we weren't taught that. We were taught, get married, your husband will take care of you, you can have kids and live happy. And yeah, right. But that was not the scenario. I mean, in some cases, yes, if they were raised in that atmosphere to do that. But my thing today is, it's not about the mothers that need the food stamps and they're being forced to go out and get a job and try to figure out how to take care of their kids. And but it's about all these people, and it's not just the young people. There's some people in there in their 40s and 50s too that are griping. So because they're saying it's not worth having a job and they don't want to work anymore, and it's hard. They don't have any money left over for extra curriculums and hobbies and stuff like that. Well, first off, I'm sorry. I think hobbies are a waste of your time and your money. Now, yeah, sure, you like doing those certain things, but unless you're making money off of it, or it's benefiting your society and your world besides just you. Now, if you're using the hobbies as like a like a therapy kind of thing, that uh, you do that in between your job, uh, and you're using it to help you so that you can help others. That's a little bit different, but people out there that have jobs. They've got jobs, and they've got a roof over their head. They've got a brain, and many of them, if they would tap into their creativeness, their lives could be much better. And what my thing about today is, and there they are complaining they've got a job. Okay, their rent's too high. Well, start trimming back what you think you need and what you really need, and things like that. If you want a nice home, that's fine. I want a nice home. Look around you and see what you can do to make other things so that you don't have to pay for other things, so you can have a nice home, so you can have food on the table. Uh, Maybe one little hobby or something like that, because like some of these people are making like $50,000 and $60,000 a month. I'm not a month, a year, as opposed to somebody like me, and I'm in the middle somewhere. Really, I'm not. I have to live on $1,186 a month. That's after my insurance is paid for, and I have to work really hard at 81 years old and not get paid for it to make my life easier and more comfortable for me. Whereas you you men and women out there that are making $60,000-$70,000 a year, or even $30,000 a year, that's over half of what I get in a year's time. And all right, so pay for the basics. You got your rent. Make sure your rent's always paid. Learn how to eat better. And you don't need all those apps that you've got on your phone, and all that extra stuff like that. But you look at your life. All right, you have to work hard on your job to get that 30,000, 50,000, 60,000, or whatever it is. It's way more than people like me that's on a fixed income. Way more than people that are making minimum wage. And even you guys out there, you men and women that are making minimum wage, you're making way more than I'm making. And people like me. And people like me, we have to work daggone hard to keep a roof over our head, make sure that we're comfortable and happy, because what's the point of living if you're not happy? Okay, and you all say that too. Well, what's the point of working if I don't have this and I don't have that? And well, high five. We're all in the same boat. But we have no other choice, because some of us can't get out and work. Now, some of us have the opportunity to work on like Rumble and do videos and stuff like that. Now, that's a godsend. But of course, and then comes the the harder work that you have to do to make your videos prosperous and heard, and people. You all know what YouTube and Rumble and all of them's about. you have to work doggone hard if you want to improve your life, and you want your so y'all ain't the only ones out there. I'm in a position right now that I can't hardly get out in the wintertime even if I did have some place to go and the money to do it with. But all you people that are able-bodied, that can get up and get around and maybe go out to a restaurant and have a nice meal and a couple of drinks and get to socialize with other people. But you still get to do it. You can do it if you budget your money. Instead of letting that ego of yours and all the training and all the oh, what's the see, I hear, and to deal with stuff like this. Your programming that you grew up, well, you got to have it this way, you got to have it that way. No, you're your own boss. You're the own creator of your own life. And I grant you, it is hard to grasp that concept. And it's hard once you do grasp it to get it in going into the motion and the direction that you want it to go. And as for me, I'm still working on that I create my own world with my words and my thoughts and my feelings. But I'm working on it. I'm being proactive with it. And that's what I want you all to do. Stop your complaining about you don't have everything that you want and need, and it's too hard to work. And well, first of all, if you're in a job that you don't like, work it till you can find one that you do like. And budget yourself so that you have a decent home, a roof over your head, a place where you can make yourself comfortable. And if you budget your money just right, you could go out once a week and or hold a little get together at your beautiful apartment. And so I don't want to hear all of you guys out there complaining that you don't have what you want when you want it, and you don't want to work because it's senseless, it's useless to you. Not grateful at all that you have the money to pay the rent. And another thing you're not thinking about, and everybody's hollering about the landlords raising the rent so much. Have you ever been a landlord? I have. And I had people in there. Now, it wasn't a fancy place. It was just a little one of them older, rounded trailers, a little place that you could live in. But I rented it out to friends. They didn't pay the rent. They ran off and left animals in there, and I had to deal with that, and left the place a mess. So I know, and I've seen some of these landlords, a mess that renters leave the places, especially if they don't pay their rent, and the landlords have to evict them. And or the landlords have to sell their place, and because they can't keep up with the economy, just like so many of you think you can't. So they let go of the rental, the place that they're renting, to sell it and move on with their lives. And then you all get mad because you have to leave. So I understand a lot of why the rental properties are going up so high. I mean, not all of them. All of them don't have to raise the rent as high as they are. But again, this is about all of you that have a job, that have a good paying job, even as opposed to somebody like me, that you break down what I get monthly, daily. I think I make like $30, maybe $40 a week, maybe a little more than that. And as hourly, I think I figured it out to be like $3 an hour, if that. So I have to take that amount of money, and I don't get assistance of any kind. I put myself in a camper. I bought me a camper, $400 a month until it was paid off, and it took 3 years to do that. I don't know why y'all can't do that out there, especially if you're making $60,000 and $70,000 a year. Now, all the people that are only making minimum wage, and of course everything is starting to crumble in on everybody. But I think even those of you that are only making minimum wage, if you were lucky enough to own your own home or buy your own home in late, earlier times, I think that you could budget yourself enough that you could do better than what you're doing. You got to have a different mindset, and that's where it all comes down to. But okay, I'm in the position I'm in, and so many other people like me. But we have to work doggone hard to make our home comfortable and warm, and find creative ways to do that. So all you people out there that are rip-roaring about you're not making enough money, and you're not doing this, and you're not doing that. Hey, I understand completely in one sense of the word, but in another sense of the word, I don't. Because we know what it's like out there. We know what society expects out of us. And until you all find a solution, because we got to live on this planet, we got to live here, and until you change your mindset, and you're going to make it work, and if you keep running your mouth about how bad and everything is, well, it'll continue to be bad for you. Until you see and look at your life how awesome it is, because there's always somebody worse off than you. Always. So, but that's, I'm sorry, folks. I know you're all gathered around here and you thought maybe you was going to get some encouraging words. The only encouraging words that I've got is that it's all up to each one of us. We are the only ones that can change our individual lives. And yes, a lot of you are going to say, but God, well, yes, but God helps those who help themselves. And at least try if you want to go in that direction. But the Creator still gave us the power within us to be able to sit down, take the time, and listen to what the Creator has to say and in what direction to go in. There's plenty of directions and how we're taught in the 66 canons, even though they left a lot of it out. Even in those 66 canons that they rolled all up into one and they call the Holy Bible, there's plenty of direction in there. First of all, there's the 10 Commandments. And then there's the do unto others as you would want others to do unto. It's the rules of the universe. You will get back what you put out. You will reap what you sow. So if you're speaking bad about yourself and you're not going to make it, the life is too hard, life is not treating me good, then that's what you're going to get. And the more you believe that, the faster it's going to come back bad for you. It's like a boomerang. Now, if you truly believe that things are going to get better and better and better, then your brain and your spirit and all the universe is going to work alongside you, because those are the laws that are put out there. That's going to come alongside of you and give you opportunities, put you in positions where you can come up with creative ideas how to make it better until you can get to where you want to go. And then, therefore, after that, how to sustain and hold on to what you achieved. So, but I'm so my regulars out here. I don't know. I know I'm a windbag sometimes, and I would like to be able to keep these videos uh, down to shorter. Now, I could uh, whip it up real short, on a short, 3 minutes long, but I don't get paid much to do that because they don't put many They put the commercials in there, but a lot of people aren't willing to listen that long. And a lot of people click through the commercials. Now, unless I'm supporting a particular channel, unless there's a commercial one I want to listen to, I will click through it. But for the most part, if I'm supporting another channel, then I'll watch the commercials. So, but yeah, I know I didn't get to drink halfway through my coffee, but all my regulars out here, I love y'all. And I love everybody. I love everybody in the world. I want to know everybody in the world. So hugs to everybody, and love sent your way, and blessings sent your way. So I'm sorry I had to come down on a lot of you, but that it is what it is, and I said what I said. So remember, a merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit will dry up your bones. First of all, don't let your spirit get broken. You use that energy to figure out a way to make your life better. And Proverbs 23:7 says, as a heart believes and thinks, that's the direction that your brain and your heart will take you in. You'll stay in. If you believe that your life is hell on wheels, and that's the way it'll be. If you believe that your life is great and awesome, it'll just continue to grow better and better and better. So if you believe you can, if you believe you can't, you're right. You have a great day. Love y'all. I hope you don't get too mad at me.